Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're gonna go over a really fun deck that's not super intense, it's not really mind heavy, but it is really a lot of fun, and it's my favorite mill deck out there, Great Tusk. It's so much fun. There are a couple other mill decks out there. You've got your Whiscash and you've got your Wug Trio, but this is where it's at, I promise you. So if you would, please consider giving me a like, share, comment, and subscribe. It really does help the channel. We are on our way to 500 and on our way to monetization. It would make me the happiest I've ever been if you guys could help me get there. If you would also, stay tuned until the end of the video. I do a pretty in-depth analysis at the end after showing you how it's played to kind of give you an idea of what I would change, what I would keep, what I like, what I don't like, and kind of just overall how I think the deck does kind of in the meta in general. It's a good time, and it hopefully is a lot of information for you guys to help you out. That being said, let's go ahead and get into this deck. We've got Great Tusk. It's super fun, has 140 HP, but it has the attack Land Collapse. Discard the top card of your opponent's deck. If you played an Ancient Supporter from your hand this turn, you can discard 3 additional cards in this way. So, we play the Sada's Vitality, we play the Explorer's Guidance. Instead of 1, we get 4 cards coming off of their deck, and 4 can actually be a lot, especially with how fast and how quickly people draw their cards. Sure, you don't think 4 out of 60 is really all that great, but when somebody is hitting 3 recon directives, pulling 3 cards there, then also potentially using a Professor's Research for another 7, that's already 10, you see where this is going. Very quickly, you can go from 48 cards to all of a sudden, you're down to 24 very quickly, and this deck takes advantage of that. Now, we do need a little bit of draw support, and our favorite draw supporter, at least one of my favorite draw support Pokemon, is Dudunsparce with its Runaway Draw ability. Once per turn, you can just draw 3 cards from the top of your deck. If you drew cards in this way, though, this Pokemon and all cards attached to it jump back into the deck. You shuffle it. It's really fun. This is actually going to help us potentially get a Sada, or potentially get us an Explorer's Guidance, and then we get to do what we're supposed to do. I do run the Fan Rotom in this deck. I really like it. With its Fan Call ability, once during your first turn only, you may search your deck for up to 3 colorless Pokemon with 100 HP or less and put them into your hand. Now, you can't use more than 1 Fan Call per turn, but that's okay. We're not really worried about it. We're going to go get our Dunsparce, set up our board very quickly, and then potentially be drawing a lot of cards with the Dunsparces. Fan Rotom also has the attack Assault Landing for a colorless energy. Does 70 HP, but if you don't have a stadium in play, or there isn't a stadium in play, this attack does absolutely nothing. A lot of decks these days are running a lot of stadiums. You've got Marnie with potentially 3 or 4 in the deck. We're running 4. Depending on the Dragapult, you're running 1 or 2. So yeah, you're going to be able to get the stadium out, and we're going to be able to attack pretty regularly with Fan Rotom, although that is not our main goal. Lastly, we do have the Mimikyu with the Safeguard ability. Prevent all damage from your opponent's attacks by Pokemon EX and V. We don't have any V in the format anymore, that has rotated, but EX is everywhere, and this can help you kind of stall out and get things moving and hopefully drawing into things that you want to do. Now, we have a pretty small supporter line, but it's very powerful for what it does. We've got Professor Sada's Vitality. Choose up to 2 of your ancient Pokemon in play and attach a basic energy from your discard pile to each one of them. If you attached any cards in this way, draw 3 cards. We love draw support. This is draw, and it's energy acceleration, all in 1 card. Fantastico. Now, we also run the Ancient Supporter Explorer's Guidance. What it says is, look at the top 6 cards of your deck, and choose 2 of them, and put those 2 cards in your hand. And then you discard the rest of them. So you are looking at 6, you're discarding 4, you're getting 2. It doesn't seem like it's a big trade-off, but you're able to pick and choose the exact cards you need for the turn coming up. And sometimes you don't need to have 2 energy in your hand. Sometimes you don't need to have another Nest Ball because you're all filled out. It all just depends on what you need, so Explorer's Guidance kind of helps you pick and choose. And lastly, we do run the Xerosic Machinations. It's a really good card. We're trying to discard them anyway. Iono is kind of a problem because it resets their hand, but with Xerosic, say they have a 10 or 11 card hand, play it down, and they only have 3 cards remaining. Basically, what it does is your opponent chooses cards to discard from his or her hand until they have 3 remaining. This is a really good card. It's going to help us even more than you think thin out their deck to help us with our land collapse. Now, I do want to highlight the Counter Catcher. Because we're a 1-prize deck and we're not actually taking any prizes, normally we're not, Counter Catcher is really big here. We want to be able to scoop something up that can't attack us or can't really hurt us or is hard for them to get out of the active or doesn't have a lot of energy, and Counter Catcher allows us to do that without using a boss or using our supporter for turn. This is a very good card. Make sure you use it wisely. We do have the Redeemable Ticket, which is actually pretty cool because sometimes our cards that we want are stuck in our prizes. What it says is count your prizes and shuffle those and put them onto the bottom of the deck. Then take cards from the top of your deck equal to the amount of number cards you put on the bottom of your deck, and put those cards as your prize cards. Now, we are also running the Handheld Fan, which I think is a really good tool card in this deck. Sure, there are others, and I will go over those at the end of the video, but Handheld Fan, if your opponent attacks you and does damage to you, you're able to move one of their energy cards from the attacking Pokemon to one of their other Pokemon. Now, we're probably getting knocked out, and that's understandable. We only have 140 HP, but being able to take a fire energy off of a Dragapult and put it down onto a Badoo where they can't get rid of it, potentially we can make it so that all of their fire energy is now stuck onto their Badoo, or their luminous energies are stuck on their Badoo, or however we see fit. So Handheld Fan, I think, is personally the best tool for the deck, but I'll go over that at the end. And lastly, we have our A-Spec for the day, Neutralization Zone. Such a good card because we don't run any EX Pokemon. Prevent all damage done to Pokemon that don't have a rule box by attacks from your opponent's EX or V Pokemon. This is super awesome. We can take a Dragapult attack to the face. It does absolutely nothing to us, and we just keep trucking along, and if they can't get rid of our stadium, well, then they can never take prize cards, and that's really awesome. Yes, I know, Dragapult absolutely can put the 60 damage down on one of our bench Pokemon, and there's nothing we can really do about that, but I'm not really worried about that. They can only take so many, and as long as we don't continue to fill out our bench, they eventually won't be able to do any damage to us. So play this card wisely, but know that Dragapult is actually not an issue. There is one caveat to that though. This card cannot be put into your hand or deck from the discard. So if it does get discarded, it cannot come back into play. Essentially is how that works. It's never going to come back to your hand or your deck. Now, again, if you would, please like, share, comment, subscribe. It really does help the channel a lot, and I'm very appreciative of all of you. And with that, let's go ahead and get into it. See how we do. Yeah, let's try some Mill. Let's see what Mill does here. Mill's always been actually really fun, if I'm being honest. Mill's always been really fun. No, it was that I should not have won that Iono for literally the 2 things I needed. Absolute cinema, honestly, just cinema. People will say it's rigged, and I honestly can't fight them on that. It was just too perfect, honestly. Great Tusk Mill here is not bad. I did not forget our match. You weren't in chat. I didn't see you lives, and you can blame Spencer. You can blame I'm Kinda Fat for this. So yeah. Let's go ahead and get the Artazon rolling here. I don't mind a Dunsparce. I don't mind the Fan Rotom. I lied. Nest Ball here to get some Great Tusk going. Let's go ahead and Fan Call. Yeah, dang it, Spencer, for sure. Spencer is the problem. Yeah, we'll put those down. I don't think we need more than that right this second. We can go ahead and throw that there and end our turn. What I'm surprised to see, Victory, is that you're actually only fan number 3 right now. Currently, in first place, we have Moon Kitty. Second place, we have Bartek. And then we have Victory. So I'm actually surprised. Actually, everybody looks like they're tied right now at 75 experience. So let's see who gets to take top spot. How am I the problem? Well, I mean, I'm not going to tell you how you're the problem, other than the fact that we both know that you are the problem. So, like, you know, I don't know how you're third. I guess you guys are just going to have to keep going. Or I'd like to see Moon Kitty, see how she does. Let's go. Yeah, number 1. I think, personally, that YouTube is probably a little biased towards females. But that's just me. What do I know? What do I know? Not a whole lot. I definitely want the Neutralization Zone. I think I want Jet Energy to go to my hand. I think that's what I want here. Jamming Tower's fine. Yeah, we can go ahead and Runaway Draw with this Dudunsparce. I don't hate that. Don't hate that at all. I'll just spam chat. Look, as long as you're spamming chat with something decent and not just like A, B, C, D, then yeah. Let's go ahead and land collapse here. I think this is fine. Oh, hey, yo. That's a big land collapse. Spencer, are you watching this right now? That's a big land collapse. Those first 4 right there, huge land collapse. Getting rid of the Fez, getting rid of a Maractus so that I can't retreat, getting rid of the Dracloak, another Dragapult. Things are okay. That was a great one. Okay, so he's got most of his Dracloaks. Let me read this real quick. Prevent all damage done. So this doesn't prevent effects like moving damage counters. And that's okay. We're okay with that. Alright, another Crushing Hammer. We don't get to use it just yet. Don't... Homie, I graduated a decade ago. It's your big facts. I want that. I want that. No, I want that. No, I want that. Oh shit. Spencer, help me out here. Fuck. This is a bad Explorer's Guidance. I don't even know that I want the Dunsparce. No, I want the Dunsparce. The Dunsparce. Do I want the Pal Pad? I don't want the Pal Pad. I want... Let me look. 2 energies. Yeah, go back. I want the Super Rod. I want the Super Rod. I want the Super Rod, dang it. See, that's what I was saying. That was a rough one, but we can go ahead and Runaway Draw here. That should be fine. Sada's not bad. Handheld's good here. We can Sada and Jet Energy next turn. We can then do it. Yeah, we Neutralization Zone here. We have to stop them. And then we just go ahead and Great Tusk. Dunce. Dunsparce is good. I liked the Dunsparce. Okay, what did we get rid of off the top? We got their Scenario out of here. We got a Luminous Energy out of here, which is great. And then we've got a Psychic Energy out of here, which is also really good. The more recon directives that they use, the better. I like Mill, but what would another good tool... What would be another good tool? So if we're talking Expanded, there's a lot of really good tools in Expanded that would probably fare us slight bit better than Land Collapse. I don't hate this at all. Okay, that's what, triple? That's a... Oh, Neo Upper. Okay, so he's got the attack ready to go. Luckily, he's not taking out this Great Tusk, but he is killing a Fan Rotom, and we're okay with that. Is not killing the Great Tusk up front, but is killing this Fan Rotom. All 60 will go there, I would imagine. Durant Mill for expanded. Big facts. Brandon, hey, buddy. How are you? You are also new. Never seen you in the chat. How are you, bud? We are safe with this Neutralization Zone. I'm not worried about it. Earthen Vessel's not bad. Definitely want to throw that up. We've got that. We can handheld fan another one. Let's throw that there. I don't necessarily want to put the Dunsparce down without... Hey, we'll take the concede. He knows he can't really hurt us that bad. Watching, and or if you're just enjoying it, please like, share, comment, subscribe, and do all things that continue to help me do this. I really appreciate you guys being here. All 5 of you guys have really made tonight that much better. Apparently, we're not going to flip heads to save our lives, but that's okay. We don't mind. This is a mill deck. We don't mind. Just one Great Tusk would really have helped. The cargo pants, which I'm guessing is just everything in the kitchen sink. Because that's pretty much what it was. Hey, a Fan Rotom's not bad here. Plus the Artazon. Hang on. We're cooking. Hang on, chat. I think we're cooking. Oh, and we're going to knock out this Pidgey. Oh, love it. Love to see it. Love to see it. We'll see what we're playing against. Salamence. Okay. I think this is Salamence. What is it? Isn't Salamence a spread deck? If I'm not mistaken, Salamence and Infernape. The Infernape that allows you to attach... I would guess it's the Infernape that allows you to attach fire and fighting from your hand. Would be my guess. We should be okay here. We'll go ahead and Artazon. We'll Fan Call here. I think that's fine. Fan Call is going to get our 2 Dunsparce. 2 Dunsparce down. We'll go ahead and Artazon here. I don't see a problem with that. Let's get our Great Tusk Mill going. But first thing we're going to do, we're going to Fan Rotom, Fan Call, land Assaulting, and knock out this Pidgey. That works for us. We're okay with that. An Ultra Ball here is not bad. Hopefully the Fan Rotom gets KO'd in return. Would be the hope. So we'll see. Iono here's not terrible. Hopefully we get something that gets rid of this. Monferner. I don't know that I like a Monferner. Monferner right now doesn't feel good. I guess you're just giving me another bag on. That's fine. We can go ahead and throw that there. We can Nest Ball here for... let's get another Great Tusk going. I think that's okay. And I don't hate the idea, right this second, of a Mimikyu. And we'll go ahead and Assault Landing and take another knockout. Getting another Great Tusk, that's fine. We're not worried about that. Okay, Guard Press takes 30 less. Still needs that water energy, so he may not get there. Nope, never mind. He's got it. Which actually we're okay with. Now I'm sitting here thinking about it. Now we're kind of okay with that. I mean, you're more than welcome to put it in the Discord. I'm sure both Mega Man and Spencer are interested in seeing that list and trying to figure out what the heck you're doing. But me personally, no. I know it's... not to be rude, but it is absolutely in no way, shape, or form meta. And it's not meta defining. And I don't think it's... it's not racism. Get the fuck out of here. Stupid. This will help us out. Yeah, we might as well. And then we can go ahead and land collapse. Hey, I like getting rid of that Monferno. Yeah, this is the one that fighting and fire. I like getting rid of Boss's Order and Crispin. I like that. I like that a lot, actually. Yep, I'm gonna put that Infernape back in the deck. Let's see, no energy, that's fine. We can use the Explorer's Guidance this next turn. I think that's fine. I would like to see, well, maybe we can actually get the boss and boss up this other Bagon, or Shelgon. Maybe we can do that. Yeah, that might be a good idea. Ultra Ball Hero's Cape. I'm not worried about doing any sort of anything with Hero's Cape, so you do your thing, bud. Why is that like asking? Okay, first off, explain that one, because even I'm confused. He'll hit me for 80, and that's fine. 80 plus 80 is not really a big deal. I mean, I guess he could technically go for... I guess? Yeah, what does Salamence do? I didn't get to read it. He'll evolve right now, so we're good there. Dragon M, he needs one more energy. Okay. 50 damage to each of your opponent's bench Pokemon. That's not great. Here's that's fine. Do whatever you want to do. What does Bagon have? Is it a 1 cost? It's a 2 cost. That's our target. Be safe, bud. Okay, we got to get these Dunsparce off the bench. A Jet Energy. Okay. Okay, so let's Crushing Hammer here. Let's Handheld. Yeah, we can do that. Handheld. Here. Shit. He's gonna get these 2 KOs. No, I'm okay. Okay. Damn it. That's not great. Okay, we at least got that. That gives us access there. In the active spot. Okay. Yeah, we can at least get rid of some things. Hey, yo, we got rid of that. That's awesome. Getting rid of Rare Candy and Pidgeot, that helps us out. And a Night Stretcher definitely helps us out. I wish that would have hit better. I'm okay, Victory. Don't make me put you in timeout. Those 2 going down is fine. Stops him from using counter catchers. That's fine there. Move this up. Drop that there. Sada's Vitality. Put that there. Okay. Artazon here. What do we have in here? Let's see. Yeah, we need to get... Okay. Night Stretcher here for a Dunsparce. We're fine with everything here. We can go ahead and land collapse. Okay, getting rid of more energy is good. Iono's getting rid of is good. Ultra Ball gone, also decent. If he does the Wild Blast again, okay, Dragon, okay, take a KO, that's fine. And we're gonna move the water to the Pidgey. Attach there. Ultra Ball this and this to get this. Drop that there. Let me see 3 cards. Okay. Counter Catcher up the Bagon. Artazon. The Dunsparce. And then Handheld Fan, the Great Tusk. How many do we have? 2 energies? That's great. Okay. Pal Pad. the Sadas. Give me a Sada. So I have options. And we can go ahead and land collapse. Hey, we'll get rid of a bunch there. That's awesome. Just getting rid of stuff. We like it when we like getting rid of stuff here. Arven's fine. Counter catcher doesn't get him anything. After this, I think we... Shit. Do we have any energy in there? We do, but it's a jet energy. Okay. Bite. Okay. We'll go ahead and move this energy to the Pidgey. And another jet energy. We can retreat. Great Tusk here. And we can Sada. Putting them here. We're good. We're happy. Redeemable ticket. I don't want... Okay. We are good there. And we can then go ahead and land collapse. Getting rid of so much right this second. Everything is something that he wants. It's all worth something here. Rare candy, Buddy Buddy, Pidgeot, Salamence. Just gotten rid of so many rare candies. What, 1, 2, 3 rare candies? Yeah, he's not very happy with this. And we'll end his turn. Smart move. Okay, we've got the Dunsparce here. Let's Dunsparce it down. Let's go ahead and Runaway Draw here. Crushing Hammer. Do we get it? We do get it. Look at that. Yeah, we can go ahead and get rid of that so he can't retreat. Let's go ahead and Neutralization Zone here. Let's see. I mean, we might as well Sada onto this Great Tusk. Nest Ball here into the Dunsparce for next turn. And then we can go ahead and land collapse. We are doing pretty darn good, I must say so myself. I think we got this one in the bag, boys. What do you think? Okay, Super Rod. No big deal. Gonna put some stuff back. I would guess... I mean, I would guess the Infernape. And then... Oh, Infernape and okay. Okay. And we're pretty happy with this. Explorer's Guidance. We'll take that and that. That gives us at least more to do with what we want. We can go ahead and land collapse, getting rid of those 3 cards. Draw for your turn, bud. Oh wait, you can't. That's a good win there, boys. I gotta admit, that's a good win. And there you go. Great Tusk Mill. I really do love this deck. It's probably my favorite just turn your brain off and have fun deck. It's not going to be winning NEIC anytime soon. It's not going to be winning Worlds anytime soon. But it is one of my favorite decks to play just because it's so much fun. It's so kind of irritating sometimes to play against this and just watch your deck be decimated by land collapse. As you saw with Salamence, sometimes you get really lucky with this deck and literally everything they could ever want is just trashed. And they can't really recover because you're getting rid of their recovery cards or you're getting rid of their rare candies. So this deck is just really just a lot of fun. I don't know that I would change a ton. I did say in the beginning that I would go over some like tool cards maybe. Honestly, I think the best tool card is Handheld Fan, but if you were to sit there and say, well, I want a Gravity Gemstone, I'm not going to say that you're wrong. You can Gravity Gemstone, pull up a Badoo, or pull up a, I don't know, Ursaluna if they bench it too early. Pull it up. Now it's a 4 retreat cost, or no, Ursaluna. Now it takes a resource like an energy to retreat a Badoo, and we like that. Now, Badoo is going to stop us from using prize cards, but them spending an energy, especially in something like Dragapult, where energy is a pretty big resource, it's a very important resource, Dragapult doesn't want to have to spend resources on getting Badoo out of the active. So I think Gemstone is a really good one here. You could even argue something like EXP Share is really good because you're going to knock out one of my Great Tusk. That energy is just going to go to a Great Tusk, and then I can attach that turn, not necessarily needing to Sada, but I can then Explorer's Guidance. It all just depends. So, personally, I think Handheld Fan is the best because we're moving their resources, not necessarily getting rid of their resources. A lot of decks are running Super Rods, and a lot of decks are running Night Stretchers, so they can always get that energy back if they do have to put it onto something to retreat. But overall, that's maybe what you could change. You could add one gemstone, get rid of a fan, or you could add a gemstone and get rid of an Artazon, or get rid of an Earthen Vessel if you wanted. It all kind of depends on what you're feeling and what you're thinking. But yeah, that's pretty much where I'm at as far as like what I would change and what I wouldn't change. How does it fare up into the meta? If you know your matchups and you know when to play Neutralization Zone, or you know how to use your counter catchers wisely, I think this is actually a pretty decent deck into the meta right now. Do I think it's going to win Worlds? No, I don't. I don't think it could win a big event like that. But if you want to take it to like a cup or a challenge, I think you could do a lot of damage with this and catch a lot of people off guard. So I would definitely take this to a cup or a challenge. Personally, I would. Especially for somebody like me that's not really looking to start, you know, getting CP or getting championship points very quickly. If you already have it, why not test this deck out and see how it does? It does actually survive a lot of the rotation. Now, we do get rid of Mimikyu in April, but like most of this deck is going to survive, and that's pretty awesome. So maybe think about it. Anyway, if you would, please like, share, comment, subscribe, and do all the things that help me continue to do this amazing thing that I never thought I'd be able to get to. We are currently sitting at like 396 as far as our subscribers, so let's bump those numbers up. Let's get to the race. Let's get there and get to monetization at 500 subs. And with that, have fun, stay safe. I love you. Bye.